You may think that your resume is ready because it lists all the tools you have learned, that is SQL, Python, Power BI, Tableau, but it's not what recruiters care about. Let me show you what actually matters based on the real hiring experience that I have. And who am I? My name is Anurag Srivastava. I have been into data engineering field for about 4.5 years, and in that time I have sat on multiple interviews. I have taken multiple interviews. I have sat on the interview panel also. So hundreds of resume I have seen and helped teams to shortlist candidates for their data roles. So and I will tell you something that might not surprise you. Most of the resume will get rejected, which have good skills also, but poor storytelling. So in this particular video, I'll be showing you exactly what recruiters really look in your data resume, especially when you are a fresher or someone switching from the domains. Like, let's break it down. I'll be breaking it down everything so that it will be helpful for you in different points I'll be telling you. So let's start with the first point, that is very, very important. Relevance over the randomness. One of the biggest mistake that people make is trying to list every single tool they have heard about of in data domain: Python, R, SQL, Tableau, Hadoop, AWS, MongoDB, then Excel, Looker Studio, Docker, and the list goes on. But when I looked on the resume, I am not looking at the quantity, I am looking at the relevance to the role, and I am hiring for a data analyst, and the resume starts with Python automation or Spark based ETL. It tells me that it is not aligned, you are not aligned to that particular role. So basically that is the problem that happens. Fix it. Like, if you want to fix it, basically what you can do before applying for any job, check for the job description, identify 4 to 5 core tools the company is asking for, then reorder your tech stack and project highlights to match that role. Example, if I give you an example, that is for a business analyst role, push SQL, Power BI, Excel, stakeholders communication, and on the top, that is the first priority. For a data engineer, focused on the PySpark, SQL, and Airflow and cloud tools. This is a simple alignment of what you can do and double your shortlisting chances. Definitely it will help you. If you can try out right away, it can help you. Definitely you should try out. Second point is basically clear, impactful project description. If you have a project section, looks like build dashboard using Power BI and worked on the Python scripts to analyze the data, then honestly I can't evaluate that what you did basically. Fine. So recruiters want clarity, ownership, and the business relevance. What problem did you solve? What tools did you use, and what was the output? That are the 3 questions that I am looking for. Fix it. Like, if you want to fix it, basically that what you can do, use this formula, that is action verb plus tools plus what you did plus a business result. Let me give you an example, a very simple example, that is build an interactive dashboard using Power BI to track sales KPIs for 3 regions, reducing the manual reporting time by 50%. Or it can be develop the ETL pipeline using Python and Pandas to process 100k records, that is 1 lakh records daily, and load into PostgreSQL database. That you can do. Or something like use the SQL joins and Windows functions to generate customer churn reports, helping businesses teams to take actions. Now that if I see these examples, now that shows me that you can actually do the work, not just list the skills. That is very, very important. The business impact you need to show. So that is very important. You need to curate your skills with these kind of things. Next point, the third point, is proof of the work is major advantage. Let me be very honest, that is, as a hiring panelist, I am more impressed by the strong GitHub profile or the LinkedIn post explaining a project that I am by a certification. If I compare both, if your resume says that build a multiple dashboards, show me one of them. Literally. If you say that automated ETL scripts, give me a GitHub link, then only I can decide. This builds the trust, especially if you are a fresher without any internship experience or without any practical experience. You can fix it like add your links of GitHub repository, clean, it should be clean, well commented code. Then Tableau public you can use Power BI dashboard, Notion, then or personal sites with your project portfolios, or better to use LinkedIn posts explaining a logic behind your work. This will give your resume an edge. Basically that will be an edge for you, and because most of the people still don't do this, and I have been explaining in my bootcamps also also. Please do these things. Definitely you should do right away these things. Next point, that is the fourth point, that is ATS friendly structured ATS friendly structured before your resume reaches a recruiter. It first goes through a application tracking system, that is ATS, that looks like a keyword, looks for the keywords. If your resume is fancy PDF with boxes, icons and images, it might not get even parsed correctly. So that is the biggest problem that you can do. What you can do in this particular scenario, use clean left aligned text basis formatting, then no multiple columns, use standard fonts like Arial or Calibri, these kind of fonts you can use, and save as a PDF. That is the most important thing. But test the parsing using free tools like JobScan is there, Resume Worded is there, these kind of things. Also, if you want to use keywords, phrases like data visualization, SQL queries, data transformation, ETL pipelines, extractor and extra, that matches the job description. That is very, very important. If we talk about the next point, that is the fifth point, logical flow and the schemability of the most of the recruiters will only look at your resume for 6 to 8 seconds at the first glance. So if your resume is just a wall of text and no spacing, bold headings or section highlights, it's like a game over, it is done, then you are rejected. You can fix it like basically structure your resume in an order: name, contact, then resume headline, then like example as aspiring data analyst skilled in SQL, Power BI and Excel, tech stacks or skills, projects, then experience or internship, educations or certification. It is optional, but you can add your certification if you have any. Next thing, links. If you want to add GitHub link, portfolio link, your LinkedIn ID should be mentioned. These all things are very important, etc. Whatever you have, mention it. This flow makes your resume easy to read and ATS friendly and human friendly basically. So if we talk about the conclusion, let me quickly summarize all the points what recruiter really care about in your data resume. That is relevance, customized based on the, like it should be customized based on the role or the job description. Project clarity, show what you did and what is the impact. That is very, very important. Proof of the work, that is GitHub, dashboards, portfolio or LinkedIn, everything is important. ATS optimization is very important. Keep it simple and keyword rich, that is very important. Then make it easy and follow the professional fonts. That is very, very important. If you want to get these things right, you will instantly stand out, even if you are a fresher coming out as a non-CSIT student or a non-CS student background, non-tech background. Let me know if you need something. Let me know in the comments. If you want me to review your sample resume, please give in the description link. I will make a separate video reviewing everything. Thank you so much for watching this particular video. Apart from this, you can join my bootcamp, if you want my help directly. I have been doing many bootcamps on data domain, on SQL, on Python. So definitely that is focused, that is job focused and SQL data domain focused. Definitely you can join that. Thank you so much for watching this particular video. Links are in the description. Please go, and if you want to join, just join it right away, and I'll be posting these kind of videos regularly, so please subscribe to this channel. Apart from this, I have a vlogging channel where I post my regular stuffs, my personal stuffs, my lifestyle, so everything you can follow at my there also. Other than that, Instagram is there where you're going to follow at Data with Anurag. Definitely that will be helpful for you also and for me also. Thank you so much for watching this particular video. Bye bye. Jai Hind.